What is up, everyone? My name is Jinder Southall, and welcome to my WWE Backlash 2017 review. And yeah, this was a show. That's the best way I can put it. It was a show. You're probably wondering, were there any surprises on the show at all? Oh, we got a surprise. We got a fucking surprise. And if you saw the show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But let's just get into this review, man. Let's just get right into it. So in the pre-show, we had Ty Dillinger versus Aiden English. Ty Dillinger won. Good for him. Love me some Perfect 10. Good stuff. Now, on to the main show. We had Dolph Ziggler versus Shinsuke Nakamura. In this match, there were a lot of locks and chain wrestling in the beginning, and Ziggler hit a really good drop kick, and he did a lot of playing up to the crowd to get some good heat on him. And Nakamura hit a lot of knees and kicks throughout this match as well. Ziggler went to go for a roll-up, but he got caught in a triangle hold, which was cool. There was a super kick, which was dodged by Shinsuke. And then he went for a boot, which also got dodged into a zigzag, which was cool. Ziggler reverses the exploded suplex and then kicked Nakamura in the back of the neck. And then Nakamura kneed Ziggler right in the head while he was hanging on to the bottom rope. And how it all ended, Nakamura hits the exploded suplex and then hits a great Kinshasa to get the win. Overall, I thought this was a nice, hard-hitting match, and it really showcased Shinsuke Nakamura on the main roster. He looked really good in this, and Ziggler, I thought, was pretty good as a heel throughout this match, and doing his best to try to get under Nakamura's skin, like spitting in his face in the match and all that. But Nakamura overcoming with his hard kicks and that really good Kinshasa at the end to get the win, I thought was a pretty damn good way to open up the show. Next, we have the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match. It is the Usos defending against Breezango, and before the match, they replayed the Fashion File segment from last week's SmackDown, and Tyler Breeze came out in his janitor disguise, which I didn't get. I think he was trying to disguise himself from the Usos, which was just weird. He gets tagged in and was sweeping as a mop with the mop or whatever because he's dressed up as a janitor. But Jey Uso grabs the mop and snaps it in half, which I thought was pretty funny. Personally, I like how he just snapped them. Got a big boo from the crowd, and Tyler kept rolling out of Jey every time he went to go for a big splash from the top. And then Tyler gets disguised again when he rolls out of the ring as an old lady, which I didn't like that at all. It was just ugh. And he hits a Bronco Buster, which was just even worse. But Jey rips the dress off Tyler. He's still wearing his wrestling gear, which is all good. And he throws it, and it lands on JBL, which was pretty funny. I did like that. But how it all ended, Tyler went to go for a flip outside, but then the Usos caught him and then just chucked him over the barricade, which was just crazy. I really liked that spot. But then Fandango, out of nowhere, hits a front flip dive on the outside, but the Usos stopped Fandango from diving when he was on the top rope, when they hit a super kick on him, and they retained the tag team titles. So this was a pretty silly match, but it was fun towards the end. The Tyler Breeze dressing up as different people I thought was a bit corny, and it kind of took away from the match a little bit. That just classic Vince humor. But there was a lot of great athleticism shown by both teams, especially the Usos. They did really well on this, and I did not expect to see Fandango do an outside dive, which was really cool, and I'm all okay with the Usos retaining in that match. Next, we had Sami Zayn versus Baron Corbin, and Zayn did like a moonsault off the barricade, which is cool. Baron hit a good little spine buster, and he went to hit Sami, but he hits back with a clothesline, and Corbin folds Zayn inside out with his clothesline. Then there was a sunset flip powerbomb from the top by Sami, and there was a series of reversals which ended in a deep six. And how it ended, Corbin got hit with a great haluva kick for Sami Zayn to pick up a surprise win. This was a pretty decent match overall. Zayn played a really good babyface throughout this whole match. He was very gutsy, and Corbin, anytime he tried to wear him down, Sami Zayn just fought back. And it was overall a pretty decent match, and nothing to complain about that. And after we had that match, we got the Singh brothers lay out like an Indian carpet for Jinder Mahal to get out of the limo, and he got interviewed as soon as he got out, and like the camera just solely focused on him and his face, which was weird because it was like, it didn't look like a proper backstage interview. It looked, the editing or the camera they used must have been different. But he pretty much says that Chicago and America are full of haters and they hate me because I'm Indian. Well, that's pretty much what he said. And I will take their negativity and turn it into something holy, and I'll turn the universe. Pretty much saying that he's going to prove the WWE universe wrong and make them believe that he's the modern day Maharaja or whatever he keeps saying, and that he's going to be WWE champion. Basic heel shit right there. Next is the 6-woman tag team match: Naomi, Charlotte, and Becky Lynch versus the Welcoming Committee. And James Ellsworth came out and called himself the Michael Jordan of sports entertainment. Really, buddy? Okay, whatever makes you happy, buddy. And then the Welcoming Committee during this match kept tagging each other and stomped Charlotte in the corner. And Tamina went for a Samoan drop and Naomi, but Charlotte broke up the pin. Natty went for a sharpshooter, but Becky turned it into Sama. And Carmella breaks it up, and then there's a big schmoz of all the women in the ring doing their moves on each other. But Tamina ends up eliminating most of them. And how it all ended, Natalya locked in the sharpshooter on Becky to get the victory. Okay, 6-woman tag, but there was nothing amazing. I'm not really sure why the faces lost, as Naomi is the champion right now, and Charlotte has just been on SmackDown for a few weeks. I think they're going to go for like a Natalya-Naomi match for the championship at Money in the Bank or another pay-per-view in the future. Maybe at like a SmackDown in the future as well, but yeah, I didn't really get why the heels went over, maybe because of the shenanigans or whatever. But then again, Ellsworth didn't really do much in this match. But yeah, the heel team won, Welcome Committee won, and yeah, good for them. Next is for the United States Championship. It is Kevin Owens versus AJ Styles in a really damn good match. Not amazing or anything. I'm sure that they're going to have better matches in the future, but for right now, this was fine enough. Owen hit like 3 sentons on Styles. There was a pendulum face buster. There was a super kick into a fisherman's neck breaker by Owens, which was really cool. And he wrapped AJ Styles' leg around the turnbuckle and hit a cannonball on it. And he aimed for that leg throughout the entire match, which I really liked. Nice psychology for Kevin Owens. And then he locked in a Boston Crab on it, and then an ankle lock. And And then AJ, playing it up again, was going to hit the phenomenal forearm, but as soon as he got into the first rope, he slipped off because his knee's still hurting. Then it was a fisherman suplex off the top rope. And then Kevin Owens threw AJ into the timekeeper's area, but AJ hits the phenomenal forearm. He manages to do that. I don't know how, because since his legs hurt. But then AJ goes for a Styles Clash on the announce table. But he gets his foot caught in, there's a little hole in the announce table where the monitor's supposed to be, but he ended up getting his foot caught in that, and the cables didn't help as well, and KO wins by countout. So, yeah, it was a really good match, although I'm not a fan of countout victories in general, but I guess it's a different way of doing so, AJ putting his leg into the little hole there, I thought was a creative way of a count-out victory. So you got to give it points for creativity, but I personally think that AJ should have just lost cleanly. I don't think he'd be affected that much. This will most likely not be the last match he's to have. They'll probably have another match at Money in the Bank and maybe like a blow-off match at SummerSlam, which I think would be friggin' awesome. But yeah, time will tell. This is, in my opinion, just the first step of a series of matches between the two. Next up, we got Luke Harper and Erick Rowan. This was the weakest match of the night. It was very slow and uninteresting for the majority of it. I think Harper went for an outside dive, and Rowan kept looking at his mask for guidance, kind of like Paul Bearer would point the urn at Undertaker during that time. So he was looking at the mask for guidance. However, Harper hit a discus forearm, whatever, to get the win. I hope I see better from Luke Harper because I do prefer him over Erick Rowan. But, this was a match that happened. It filled the card. And, good for fucking them, I suppose. Wow, okay. Here's something controversial. The main event for the WWE title, Randy Orton defending against Jinder Mahal. It was a pretty decent main event. I'll give it that. Randy went after Jinder, as soon as he got announced. Like, no bullshit from him. He threw Jinder over the announce table, and then Jinder threw Randy into the LED board, on the ring, and he pretty much aimed for Orton's bad arm throughout the entire match. Kind of similar to Kevin Owens, who was aiming for AJ Styles' leg earlier. And he was, putting arm breakers on him, submission holds, anything to hurt his arm. Jinder aimed at throughout the whole match. Randy pushed Jinder's foot off the top, and he landed on his nuts, gave him a superplex. And Randy goes for his power slam thing, but he still sells his arm. But he manages to go for a DDT, alright, so yeah, it might have been his other arm, can't remember. And then the Singh brothers come in to stop Randy from attacking Jinder, and then he pushes him out of the way, and holy shit, one of the Singh brothers, Randy bloody threw him in a back suplex kind of shit, and he ended up landing on his head on the fucking monitor, and Norton's like, oop, shit, sorry buddy, that kind of way. But Jinder then throws Randy into the post, and then he gets hit with an RKO out of nowhere. But the Singh brothers, still alive miraculously, end up pulling Mahal out of the ring before Randy can pin him. And then, Randy eliminates the Singh brothers, DDTs him from the second rope. Jinder hits his finisher, and then Jinder hits his little finisher, and I can't believe what I'm about to say, guys. And Jinder Mahal is the new WWE Champion. Yes, that actually happened in real life. Just look at the lineage of the WWE title. You had the first champion, Buddy Rogers, Bruno Sammartino, Bob Backlund, Hulk Hogan, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Austin, Rock, Triple H, Cena, and most recently Orton, all the greats. Jinder Mahal. What? Oh my god. If you would have told me 5 years ago, or shit, even 3 months ago, that Jinder Mahal would be WWE Champion, I'd say you're out of your mind. But here we are, 3 months later, from, I'm guessing, WrestleMania or whatever, and now he's champion. Now, some people like this because it's oh yeah, they're taking a risk, and you guys getting the championship. Jinder has worked hard throughout his career to get this point, and I can definitely see that side, and I agree with it. And then there's others that are but he's just been built up for a month. He's had these Singh brothers help him out, and now he gets the championship? What? I can see where both people are kind of coming from that situation, especially for the people that don't get why Jinder Mahal, who was losing to Sami Zayn on fucking main event and all that, now here he is 2 months later and he's the world champion. It makes no sense. And yeah, I agree in a way. I feel like they could have built this up more, let Jinder beat some other people so people can see him as a serious threat, because some people kind of still see him as a jobber. And same with me, similar for a while, but interfering in Randy Orton's match and all that. And I can kind of see how Jinder did win the match. He was aiming for Orton's bad arm the whole time, but honestly, I wouldn't be shocked if he drops it on SmackDown, the very next SmackDown, and becomes a 2-day champion or something like that. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. I can't see him holding it until SummerSlam. I think he'll probably get cashed in on someone and drop the belt then. Who knows? We'll probably find out on SmackDown or some other shows in the future. But it was a nice surprise. I'll give it that. And it's a new guy as champion, so can't really complain too much about that. So yeah, congratulations Jinder Mahal on becoming WWE Champion, and I will never hinder Jinder again. So my match of the night would probably go to Kevin Owens and AJ Styles. I thought the match they had were really, really good, although I feel like they are going to have better matches in the future, but that's just my opinion. My overall verdict for this show, I'll give it a 6.5 out of 10. It's an okay show, okay to decent show, but it's not going to be one of those shows that you'll watch front to back and say, oh, it's the best fucking show ever. If the only reason you'll probably go back to the show is probably to see Jinder win the championship and just see all the faces of the people in the crowd going, what the fuck? This makes no sense. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like. Comment down below what you thought of Backlash, and what are your thoughts on Jinder becoming WWE Champion? Are you cool with it? Do you think it doesn't make any sense? Either way, I'd like to hear your opinion on it. And if you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button. You'll be glad you did. Twitter and Instagram's at JackamanLaw31 if you want to check me out there. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm out in 3, 2, 1.